Good evening. This is, well, actually evening, good afternoon for most of you guys. This is the market update for Thursday, May 16th. It was a brutal day on Wall Street today. After our 700-point rally over the last week and a half, the Dow dropped 42 points. Holy crap. Unbelievable. CNBC is busily scrambling to book bears onto the show for tomorrow. The market is imploding here. Just a travesty. Protect your money. I'm jesting, of course, but that is the sentiment that was flowing around in the market over the last half hour. And as we were joking about in the chat room today, what the problem has been with this market really over the last couple of months is everyone's dancing at the party, but a lot of people are dancing with one foot out the door, expecting the music to end, and they're getting ready to rush out, trying to beat everyone else out. And whenever they get ready to change the music, everyone thinks, oh crap, that's it, run, 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 run. And down we go. The bears and the shorts go, sweet, this is the top, this time it's the top. And they short again. And the next day, we miraculously recover, and back up we go, and the shorts cover, and those that got stopped out chase back in and continue chasing stocks higher. And that's just the scenario we're in. I'm not saying that we are not overdue for a retrace. We are more than overdue. But when you see the nonsense on TV and the crap you see in some of the chat rooms, you have to step back and just laugh at the nonsense. Pretty brutal sell-off. Point-wise, not really, but the way the action was, I mean, we dropped about 100 points from the high of the day and lost about 75 going into the last hour. And looking at the 15-minute chart, you can see, we peaked above that bearish rising wedge, and we've got support around, 75, 80 points below where we are. Stochastics getting a little bit oversold on the 15-minute chart. We've got a pretty negative MACD, and stochastics are under the 20 level. Now, lo and behold, tomorrow is Friday, and it is also options expiration day. And we all know how the crooks on Wall Street like to game the market so that they can rip off as much money as they can from the people who play options. And with the size of the run-up, a little bit of a pullback that we saw today, you'd be surprised at how much premium came out of a lot of those call options that expire tomorrow just on that little bit of a retrace we had into the close. And that is exactly how they game the market. Keep in mind, tomorrow is one of those big Fed pump days. I believe the schedule is for $7+ billion in cash tomorrow. It's pretty rare that we have the market stay red on a POMO day, as they call it. So, let's play it by ear and see what happens tomorrow. But, we are overdue for a pullback. Saw some very nice action over the last couple of days. A lot of strong sector trading. But again, not the kind of trades I can actually send out email alerts on, because by the time I've sent the email alert out on, these stocks have spiked, we've gained from them, and we've booked some gains. I mean, that's just that kind of fast-moving market at the moment. Dow Transport's red today, but that's, we've got a pretty steep support channel here, but the buying was really strong over the last 2 days, and the dip today was on kind of lower volume. Russell followed the same sort of path. Looking at the Russell, extremely strong MACD on it right now. So one of the positives of this market of late has been that we've been forced to pretty much adopt a scalper mentality. It's not the kind of market that we can swing a whole lot of plays. Now, we've got some nice swing plays that we're doing, but we're not overloaded in them, which means we're high cash. We play what action is there during the day, and we maintain our pretty high cash stance. Not a bad thing considering how near-term overbought these markets are, but the problem with anticipating a sell-off is, like the 500 other tops that we've heard called over the last 3 or 4 months, just when you think things are about to implode, back up we go again. So we'll probably see more of the same. Dow daily chart, RSI's peaked up above the 70 level, but we actually saw a pickup in volume over the last couple of days, so that can be viewed as a mild positive. Stock plays. We had a monster win this week on Cocoa. This was one of the stocks that was in the short squeeze list I sent out on Saturday that has had poppers left and right on it, but Coco was one of my favorite plays here, and this one has just exploded for a 25% gain. You know, could continue to go, but, you know, 25% gain in a couple of days, take the money and run. But very, very, very nice action for us on this play. Now, one of the few email alerts I actually sent out ended up turning into a dog for us. PRTS actually had a fantastic setup, I thought, when we jumped into this one on Wednesday. On Tuesday, I mean. Big move on an analyst upgrade. Totally imploded, of course, on the analyst upgrade. Lo and behold, put a 2-day bottoming action in, was getting ready to break, got up to 130, and then they pulled the rug out on it again and did the same thing yesterday. So, really bizarre. You know, I would still watch this one for re-entry. You know, our stops got triggered on it. It happens. They're not all going to be winners, especially in this kind of market that we're sitting in right now, where people would rather chase because they feel confident in grabbing a slice of the pie on a chaser than buying a bottom bouncer. Now, that goes back to my thing about a problem with this market right now, and we also talked a bit about it in the chat room. To play the kind of stocks and the strategy that we play very, very successfully, that's kind of been absent over the last month or two, bottom bouncer plays, you kind of need a retrace in the market. And with the market just continuing to romp higher and higher and higher and higher, traders just aren't interested in bottom bouncing. Now, when the inevitable retrace does come, be it 1, 3, 500 points, whatever it is, and we turn around and start to bounce again, the bounce plays will come into vogue because a market retrace will have forced all the stocks down, and then you will see traders get into that mentality of chasing bottoms for bounces. Right now, they just want to chase highs and chase stocks that are up. So, a little bit of patience, guys. That will come back in the market. Stock plays today, oh, man, we had some monsters. FRO, the shippers were up really big this morning on a earnings report from Eagle, and for some reason, FRO actually gapped down. Someone was selling this one at $1.96, $1.97. We swooped in, picked it up on the open, traded as high as 230. Nice, 15% gain on the day. And, you know, the shippers were just blowing up. We were playing them left and right. Hot and heavy action. One that is worth keeping a really close eye on is AMCF. These guys actually provide fuel for ships. And they also posted their earnings last night. 37% increase in revenues. 50% increase in net income, so the stock barely moved. You know how that game goes. But very nice bottomed action play, especially if we see continuation in the shippers over the next couple of days. Chart looks very nice for a move up to that 200-day moving average up there at 87 cents with, you know, small downside of 58 cents on the chart. Another one that looks ready to rock and roll as well, that is a shipper and is also in India, is IGC. Got a little bit of a paint on 100 shares going into the close, but low float, profitable, Indian stock, iron ore. The Indian market was up huge last night, 2.4%. Nikkei was up really big as well. It looks like their pump the cash into the system strategy is working very, very well. And you know, just as a side note, you had a lot of the bears posting that chatter from those two bearish Fed officials. I can't even think of their names, Gobshite 1 and Gobshite 2, who over the last 2 years have been saying, the Fed needs to pull back, blah, blah, blah. CPI, PPI data over the last couple of days, nothing. Zero inflation. And I continue to say the Fed is more worried about deflation than inflation, and we are below their target of 2%. So those thinking they're going to back off the accelerator on the money, if they do, it's going to be a long time before that starts to come. And we're not going to go from speeding down the highway at 90 miles an hour to them slamming on the brakes and coming to a full stop. They're going to slowly take the foot off the gas and slowly move down. But, you know, when the market starts to get a little bit of red, if you'll call 40 points on a 700-point 2-week rally a little bit of red, you see that chatter come out. A lot of people want to dip. That's just the nature of this market right now. Joe's actually is one of my favorite little swing setups here right now and looked Fantastic. Nice big breakout on Tuesday. Continuation yesterday. Strong open today. 12-cent drop, 0 bounce. Fill the gap on no volume, which is not uncommon on this stock. I think it's a great little pickup. They will be chasing this stock at 220 plus very, very soon. Strong chart setup. Retail sales are up. These guys are a retail. Their peer just got bought out. Other peers are romping. Looks very, very good. They're actually able to pull it back to the 8-day moving average support. We've got the 20-day right here. Nice little zone for a bounce. We've also got the uptrend support line here. Definitely would be looking to pick this one up. 185 and under for a snapback bounce over the next couple of days. You know, we had a bunch of winners in the chat room the last 2 days. You guys know what they are. I know what they are. No need for us to go over them. Right now, we've got a scalp mentality, playing what action, what sector is moving. You know, yesterday, the day before, it was shippers and solars. Could be biotech stocks tomorrow. Could be shippers again. We're just going to play that action. And if we see really, really nice setups, there'll be a trading alert if I think we can get into it before they pop. Otherwise, we're just going to, you know, continue to tread this path that we're on right now and keep an eye out for, you know, the inevitable retrace. Everyone thinks it's going to be tomorrow, but there's a pretty big Fed pump day tomorrow and it's options expiration. So we'll see what happens there. So if you've got any questions on a play that I didn't go over or on a play you're looking at, we don't even have to be in it, something you're looking to buy, shoot me an email, feedback@buysellshort.com. Otherwise, have a great evening. See you tomorrow and laugh at the knuckleheads on CNBC when they have all the bears booked tomorrow and the market bounces back just to prove how stupid they are. So have a great night, guys. See you tomorrow.